What's happening, folks? I'm back with another reaction, back with some more of Alan Wilder's Recoil project. I mentioned it before, I recently got a compilation, arranged and selected, which is the name of it, selected, but by Alan Wilder himself. A couple people have mentioned that looking at the track list on this compilation, it doesn't include anything from his first couple albums as Recoil, so yeah, that is unfortunate, but as I mentioned in a video I just did for Depeche Mode, which has the same name as the track we're going to listen to here. Yeah, my understanding is that Alan chose the tracks himself, so perhaps he feels that this particular set of songs is, you know, the most representative of what he was trying to do with the project. But either way, I'm going to go through it, and then eventually, if I can find, you know, a way to react to more material, the first couple albums, I'll do that. But yeah, we're going to skip ahead of one tune just because of the symmetry here. I just reacted to a Depeche Mode song from their 2009 album Sounds of the Universe. It's called Jezebel. And there is a tune here on Selected. It's the third tune called Jezebel. So we're going to jump ahead, we're going to jump past the tune called Faith Healer, and then the next time I come back to Recoil, we'll go back to Faith Healer. So I mentioned it in the Depeche Mode reaction, Jezebel. It's a name that's used in some different, you know, scriptural and literary ways. She was a Phoenician princess, also a queen of Israel, and you know, she's seen in some like story types as a sort of like manifestation of like Babylonian and Mesopotamian decadence and so on, but of course that's in a scriptural narrative that's sort of contrasting its own set of ideas with those of others. So again, it's a character and a name that's been used in some different contexts and different cultural and religious scriptures. In the modern context, it's come to mean a woman who is essentially scheming and conniving and power hungry and uses all of her treachery and trickery and guile to achieve that, even if that includes, you know, like using seductive or sexual means of acquiring the power and control that she seeks. So again, in the modern idiom, it's used derogatorily. It's an epithet meant to cast aspersion toward a woman who uses, again, her charms, her wiles, her cunning to usurp power from others or to take away influence from others for herself. So I'd be interested to see how it manifests here. You know, the Depeche Mode song, I sort of picked up on some of the lyrics, but it's of all, you know, their albums, I don't know that one as well. So I actually like didn't know what the, you know, what the lyrics were really about going into it. Obviously, I don't know what they're about here, but with that sort of frame of reference as a starting point, we'll have to see how the themes manifest, and perhaps, you know, on the first track I reacted to, Strange Hours, there were a number of guest performers, so that, I guess it begs the point, or brings up the notion I really should look up, because I think it shows for most of the tracks who is on them. So on this track, Jezebel, there's additional production and engineering by Paul Kendall. The vocals are by the Golden Gate Jubilee Quartet. Okay, so we're going to hear 4 people singing, and I'm going to get a quick check of them. They look to be kind of like a Motown singing group, maybe. They're all in kind of the same costumes. The picture looks like it's from the 60s or something. So presumably this is a sample that he used. But yeah, the vocals additional are by Diamanda Gallus, who was also on Strange Hours. And it says the tune was written by O. Wilson, who was one of the singers for the Golden Gate Jubilee Quartet. So presumably they're like using, or Alan's using a vocal sample from the Golden Gate Jubilee Quartet, and therefore like the lyrics are written by them. Perhaps this could have been an active collaboration in the studio, but I'm not sure either way. Let me know if you are. But here we go. This is Alan Wilder's Recoil, and the tune is Jezebel.
Well, stop, great God, stop, listen to the story about Jezebel. Her sin was so wicked, Jehovah got angry, so went leaping and jumping into hell. Way back yonder in the olden days.
By the way, I love that kind of like rhythm and blues, like early rock and roll, like Motown singing group, like overlapping.
For the toll about the gospel, told the servants to fall in all for the temple God looked from the windows of heaven. Both one word in the all wooden ball. He raised his hands, creation trembled, stamped his feet.
It's like if you took like industrial atmospheric hip hop and mixed it like whispered spoken vocals kind of meshing with this meandering lilting sort of hummed vocal. Wow, I love this. This is like Dust Brothers or something.
When they're telling me John moved through the power of the gospel,
I love this.
Jezebel, the time was nigh on the book of life. Days were ended, her time run out, and she had to die. And they tell me God walked his footsteps thunder. He moved his head, his eyes flashed by. Clapped his hands, and death comes for jumping. Jehovah was angry, somebody had to die.
The lyrics are wicked. There's like string layers that like rise in kind of crescendo, like choral layers. There's like audio Picasso. It's like I'm taking these different elements and like stitching them together in an unconventional way. Like, what do you think? The devil comes knocking on Jezebel's door. Heavy, like syncopated percussive section. I dig it. Woof. Which is an outro, apparently. Maybe? I have no clue at this point. I'd believe anything. It's like this post-apocalyptic, industrial, down-tempo, atmospheric, audio Picasso mishmash. And it's glorious in like the audacity of it.
Stand the trial. You got to go to judgment to stand the trial.
Yeah, that's incredible. I have no clue what to expect now as we go through this album. Again, going into the first track, I was like, okay, it's gonna sound maybe like, late 80s, early 90s, Depeche Mode, perhaps, whatever. First track told me that's not necessarily true. This track told me, toss all your preconceptions, all your remaining notions about what you think Alan Wilder does as a musician, and just put them in the bin. Take the bin out, put it by the curb, because obviously I need to learn anew Alan Wilder's musical taste and tendencies, because this is way crazier than I expected. So let me know what you think of that one. That was very cool. I'm assuming those vocals come from like a classic like 60s record that is being adapted here, but if somehow they got them in the studio. The only reason I feel like it can't be like a collaboration in the moment is that although, you know, maybe this was 25 years ago or so, so I don't know exactly when this tune was recorded, but again, I'm going to assume that that was sampled and not like a fresh vocal recording done for the track. But yeah, the lyrics were wicked and interesting. I like the way they, by the end, I came to see the way they were blending with the Sonics, even though at first it almost felt like, you know, ironic or juxtaposed. But yeah, that is fascinating. So yeah, let me know what you think of that tune. As I said, the next time we go back to this album, I'm going to jump back to Faith Healer before we then go on to Alleluia. And by the way, following a tune called Jezebel with a tune called Alleluia is hilarious. So yeah, like I said, next time we'll do Faith Healer. Let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time.